I just realized something. If the 8 limbs of yoga are the equivalency of the 8 trigrams of the Yiching, and they will answer all problems with a solution, and if there is an equivalency with the quadrature of electricity with regard to its extension of the forwards and backwards direction of time, then that means, by implication, that there is a circuit to satisfy any situation. And you know what? That's right. Any problem, there is an electrical solution. And I'll give you a few examples. There is a rainmaking circuit I learned about from Trevor Constable. Aaron Murakami set it up for sale on his website, and I learned about it, and I started doing it, and I got results. And sometimes they were the wrong results because I drove the device in the wrong direction, the opposite direction. So I suppressed rain instead of provoking it. But be that as it may, once I figured that out, I learned to... Anyway, so I did manage to create rain and eliminate the chemtrails at the same time. That actually dissipated right away. Within like 45 minutes, it began to dissipate in a very remarkable fashion. And then it just, cleared out the whole sky from horizon to horizon, because the sky was clear in the morning and from horizon to horizon, not a cloud in the sky. And by mid-afternoon, it was covered in a chemtrail fog. And 45 minutes and, working the device, and it was gone. So I've already had some experience with circuits, but those were biocircuits using various electrical components, handmade, custom designed, based on various tutors, such as Wilhelm Reich, along with Ernest Lehman, what's the guy's name? Biocircuits, and also what's the other guy? Eric Dollard, and then a fourth one. I can't remember that. There were like 4 different people I composited ideas from there in order to create the best possible, bionic circuits. But in any case, so let's see, what was this? There's a circuit for making rain and clearing smog and changing the atmosphere to negative ions away from positive ions. There was a circuit I came up with for inducing samadhi, transcendence. I think it was it 2.5 or 3.5 hour long session of samadhi? It was remarkable. I mean, I was awake the whole time, yet if I hadn't been awake, I would have been in a hibernative, deep, dreamless state of sleep. But I wasn't. I was transcendental. I needed it too. I had so much PTSD at the time. Let's see. What else? What other kind of circuit did I mean, I've done all kinds of circuits. An earthing boosting circuit that makes use of iron and a permanent magnet, a neomagnet, actually, a very big one, and various other features. So all these things I've learned, but what it shows is that it's true. Oh, and then there's the John Bedini replication of the John Shirzeka circuit that he acquired from its inventor, or he invented it himself, I don't know which. I think most of the things he acquired. And this was a circuit that could literally produce any result you wanted at a remote distance. If you wanted to poison a field with a fumigant to kill off the bugs or the disease that was attacking the plant, you could put it on your little device, and halfway around the globe in India, the farmer's field would be treated and insect-free, just his field. The neighbor's field would be swarming with the bugs. Say, oh, we can't go to that field. We got to go to this other field. It's an amazing little device, and yet it's so powerful. You can make rain with that just by sprinkling droplets of water on the, I forget what they called the plate. The test plate, was it called? I forget what it was. It called something. It was a glass plate, but it had a name for itself, a special name. Anyway, so that kind of, and then free energy circuits. So it's really, there's more to electricity than just, oh, well, physics doesn't agree with you, Vinny. There's no such thing as a free lunch. Yeah, there is such a thing, though, as a free cookie to go with your lunch. And a ton of beer and a ton of beef. But you do have to provide the lunch, like a little quart of milk or something, and then everything else, or a little orange, and then everything else gets added on. So it's not totally free, that's true, but it might be 99.9999999% free. So there's a circuit for every situation. And this is potentially what Eric Dollard's Quadrature of Electricity is all about. Self-inductance, mutual inductance, self-capacitance, mutual capacitance. Those 4 elements plus the forwards time and backwards time, with those 3 pairs of factors creating 8 possibilities, you can create any circuit for any situation to resolve the situation and satisfy it to your satisfaction and no more problem. The only unforgivable problem is unforgivable sin. Most people don't have to worry about that. Very few people have had absolute power which they have corrupted absolutely. Very few. I mean, you'd have to kill off hundreds, if not thousands, if not more people, and have and show absolutely no mercy. So it's not just 1 or 2, to be able to come off in one lifetime to acquire that unforgivable sin. I speak from personal vantage point of perspective. Yeah, you have to be an egomaniac, obviously, obsessed with completing your project, to taking it to completion no matter what it takes and no matter how many lives it will cost. And you don't care how they die. The quicker the better, or the slower the better, I don't know. But be that as it may, it's only that you have to worry about, and most people don't have to worry about it. Because most people were not trying to get ahead in their evolutionary development and take whatever shortcut was available to them at the time. Most people just take the slow boat and will take 2 million years to reach enlightenment. Most people it'll be 2 million years. They'll just go the natural path of evolution, work, sleep, eat, everything, all the natural animalistic tendencies of the human. And just that alone, on that alone, they will reach enlightenment. It's going to take a while. And some won't even do it in 2 million years. They'll be stragglers and have to be held out until the next Manvantara. Is it the next Manvantara? Yeah, the next Manvantara, which is a long time. Trust me, you don't want to wait that long. Well, that's just it. They'll come back with karma and with total memory of their prior existence of various creatures, including the human, in the previous string of, they'll have full memory, and it's not going to, well, at least as a human creature, all the lives of a human creature. I'm not sure about the other creatures, but they'll come back with full memory. And they'll start at the bottom of the totem pole. Yeah, not at all creatures, but the bottom of the totem pole of, in our case, the primates. When the primates are first becoming ensouled with a human soul, they'll have full memory, but they'll be swinging in the trees with the other primates with full memory of what they lost. And I bet it's alcoholism, actually, in that case. I don't think it's the unforgivable. No. The unforgivable wouldn't do that. That's a go-getter who wants to get ahead. Now, these are the slaggards, which means the alcoholics, who are incurable, who never grow out of their alcoholism. No matter what Mother Nature comes up with to put a little fire under their butt to get them moving, they don't move. They don't change. They don't grow. Very dense consciousness and desires of remaining that way. So, where was I? What is this video? What is this audio about? Let's see. Oh, yes. So now I'm convinced there's a circuit for every situation. This is literally where the magician pulls his rabbit out of the hat. Literally, not figuratively. This is literally where you make rain. This is literally where you make pain go away. This is literally where you cure disease. There is a circuit for arresting all retroviruses so that they cannot replicate, including HIV. All viruses, all retroviruses, arresting their ability to replicate. And in 5 months' time, the immune system will have managed to kill it all off because it couldn't replicate. It couldn't overwhelm the immune system. And that's on a website, educate-yourself.org/B as in boy, E as in Edward, BE, for bioelectrification, I think it's called. It's short for. Fascinating topic. I experimented with that, created circuits, using Dr. Robert Otto Becker's knowledge to fine-tune the circuitry. Get it down to 100 microamperes and 100 microvolts and 100 nanoamperes to get it within the realm, the window, in which it would not stress the nervous system. Because you don't want to pass electricity through the nervous system per se, unless it's at the right amplitude. And then it won't be harmful. You can use it for stress reduction. You can, hiccups elimination, regeneration of any part of the physiology. It's a fascinating topic in itself. So there's all these opportunities I've already had, and now I can see it's very true. The Yiching, the Ashtanga, and yoga, and the quadrature of electricity, according to Eric Dollard, and along with the two directions of time. It times the two directions of time, making a octagonal set of relationships or elements to work with. It's amazing. Any circuit, there's a circuit for any situation. Any. I mean, there is no limit to what electrodynamics can grow into. We'll consider it magic by comparison to what it is today, what will happen in the future. And I'm sure what is happening now is magic to what happened just, a century ago or a century and a half ago. Yeah, it would be considered magic. It would freak people out. They wouldn't be able to handle it. They wouldn't know what to think. Oh my God, it's voodoo. It's the devil. Oh my God. This is what they would be saying. Simply out of ignorance, they would be saying this, not because they're knowledgeable. But they crucified people. They crucified Oliver Heaviside, all because he was way ahead of his time. And he didn't take it too well either. Some inventors don't take, I don't know, because they're so sensitive. That's what makes them inventors. They don't have leathery, tough skin, hide surrounding their brain cortex, They take it very hardly, like Royal Raymond Rife became an alcoholic when the AMA got a hold of him. And that was the end of that. Nobody knows how to build his microscope anymore. He was the only one. Oh, God.